talking about people's journeys, we're hoping that also maybe by getting them out there, there might be more like-minded people who actually want to do stuff. And I agree with you. There are pros and cons to everything, but certainly if you get like-minded people who go, well, this sounds like something that's actually interested, is there a way to navigate through that? That's where we actually see our role to go, okay, well, if what are the pros and cons of all of these things, and nothing's going to be perfect, but there a way to move towards a level of home ownership that still protects everyone, that is still trying to find a way to be affordable. So part of the chat today was to go, okay, well, now this information is out there into the digital network. Are there like-minded people? And within people purpose space, we're thinking of this idea of avataring, not the blue whatevers that are out there, but this idea that there is probably like-minded groups of people who are looking at different things. Now, one of the things I've seen with in the tiny house network, in particularly in the community side of tiny houses, there's also some pretty extreme views of the world, which everyone has the right to have their own version of them. But, and I hate to use the word normal because there's no such thing, but for most people who are living in just going to work, doing the right thing, want to find a way out of the current system, there isn't really much leveled, grounded conversation like we've had today about the real challenges and what a real solution is. They're all the hyper versions. So one of the things I've thought about is saying, is there an avatar, which, like yourself, so professional people contributing, looking at it realistically, you're back volunteering to help out your community as well. You're working, computing taxes. You're, consuming stuff in the local area to help people out. Why is it that you fall through the cracks? And that doesn't make any sense to me. It's not like, you're asking for something for nothing. You're not asking for that. You're just asking for an alternative that currently isn't available, and you're currently locked out of a large swathe of things. So this avataring idea, I think, is a way to approach it, which is to say, is there other people like you? And I'm thinking there's lots of other people like you, and there's lots of individual groups. So we know, not that you're there now, but we know that, later on there's retired women who are in large groups of people who go, well, what do we do now? We know that there's divorced people who also have this situation. If you divorce too late, you just can't re-enter the market. We know there's young people who are coming to towns who are going, well, how do we make a start when we can't even find a rental? Like, how do we become contributing people to community when we can't even get into the community? And the other one that really frustrates me is the people who are doing the jobs that we all need. We're talking about carers and teachers and, all of these people. They're not getting the massive wage, right? But which means there's this irony that some of the best schools in Brisbane, for instance, none of the teachers can afford to live near the school. In too high net worth area, which is just bananas that the people who are actually asking to help us and ask the next generation aren't even given an opportunity to have a life. And I think you summed up so well for me this idea that although it's your house, it's my home. That really does resonate. If we can help people find their way home, I think it's just so much better for everyone in society. So I know that's a massive monologue, but I really think it's important.